evening. This is Kilo Echo 8 Victor Zulu Alpha, KE8VZA. I'll be your net control station tonight for the Beacon Net pre-show on this repeater, the W8WKY. I have a net logger window open. Look for Beacon Net in the list, or the Beacon Net. I'm starting to grab. I got one call sign from the blue screen. And I'll gladly take some more, either from the blue screen or RF, before we get to the bottom of the hour, and then it'll be open season on check-ins. Anyway, KE8VZA.
Hi there, Eric. How are you doing? This is W3TV. I did post a message in the blue screen there. Please check me in. Back to you, Eric.
At control, please check in Kilo India 5, Romeo Foxtrot India, KI5 RFI, Macon, Arkansas.
KE8VZA returning here. Got you there, Mac, KI5 RFI. You are on the log, and so are you, Eddie, W3ETB. And I grabbed Mark, K3MBC, from there as well.
Whiskey Bravo 4, Alpha Zulu, WV4AIZ.
All right, got you there, Chuck, WB4AIZ. There was another station trying to get in. Repeat your call sign. You had a lot of static coming with you, but you were holding the repeater open. All right, hearing nothing. Chuck, WB4AIZ, this is KE8VCA. How you doing, Chuck? How are things down in Florida? And are you going to be in and out tonight? All right, hearing nothing.
WB4AIZ, yeah.
WB4AIZ, this is KE8VCA.
I think I will be.
KE8VCA. How you doing, Chuck?
Yeah, I'm going to be in and out.
And are you going to be in and out?
Just wanted to pop in and say hello. It's Sunday night. Sunday night is races. Well, whatever. So my EchoLink's a little time. But, before I ain't back to that.
All right there, Chuck. Well, thanks for stopping by in 7-3, and we have 5 seconds till our lovely announcer kicks off the pre-show.
The Beacon Net, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
QST, QST, QST. This is Kilo Echo 8 Victor Zulu Alpha KE8VZA. My personal is Eric Echo Romeo India Charlie. I'll be your net control station tonight for the BeaconNet pre-show. BeaconNet meets on this repeater every Sunday and Wednesday night at 10 p.m. with pre-checks at 9:30, which is where we are now. Times are Eastern Time Zone times. The repeater is the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association. Our frequency is 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Allstar Node, you can connect to us via that. It is node number 48496. You can also use EchoLink. Look for W8WKY-R. That's the one you'll want to choose. Let's see, the BeaconNet is a controlled net, and our pre-net is a controlled net as well. And I ask that all traffic pass through net control, yours truly. And any urgent or emergency traffic can break in at any time. At this point, I'll take a break for any urgent or emergency traffic. Please call now. All right, hearing nothing. KE8VZA back here. We're going to go ahead and go through our net control team, touch base with them, see which ones of them are sticking around and are not, and those that are on the hook for tonight, we'll see how they are sounding. First up is KE8QKO, who will be our net control station at the top of the hour and at night. How you doing out there, Nick?
W8WKY.
KE8QKO. Hello, Eric. Hello, everybody on the net. I'm doing just fine. I'm a little tired, but, that's standard for the end of the weekend. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I guess I'll be sticking around for the whole net since I'm, doing the thing. Anyway, with that, I'll pass it back to you, Eric. KE8QKO.
All right, Nick, very good. You're sounding good on this end. We'll clear with KE8QKO. He'll be back in about 28 minutes. Anyway, we'll go down next to Dustin, KD8EPC. Are you out there, Dustin? How are you doing? I'm going to stick around for the big show tonight.
KE8VZA and the BeaconNet pre-show. This is KD8EPC. Well, good evening to you, Eric. I'm going to try to stick around. I won't promise anything, though. We got to see if these toothpicks can keep the eyelids open. So, with that, this is KD8EPC. Back to pre-net control.
Very good, Dustin. Give it your best shot. If you're there, you're there. If you're not, we know you're off in dreamland. Anyway, we'll clear with KD8EPC for now. Let's go down and see if Just Nick is out there. KD8SLG. How you doing, Just Nick? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8VCA, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Eric. All the Beacon netizens. Andre had to poke me with a cattle prod and shock it a couple of times to get me up for this. Still a little hazy. Still don't have a monitor on for that matter. If I'm on the blue screen, I'll be here later on. There's the deal. KD8SLG, back to net control.
All right there, Just Nick. Well, hopefully the cattle prod batteries weren't at full charge, but anyway, same with Dustin. If you're here, you're here. If you're not, we know what happened. Dreamland. Anyway, we'll clear with KD8SLG. Let's go down and see if Josh is here. W8HRF. How you doing, Josh? Are you out there? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
K8VZA, W8HRF. Hi, Eric. We are here, and we'll be sticking around. And Will's awake, so we're awake. Say hi, Will. Nope, he's a little mic shy. He was sitting here staring at the radio while you were talking. He was mesmerized by it. So we went out to Wingfoot and did a little POTA today, but I'll talk about that later. That was fun. So, all right. Thanks for running the pre-show, Eric. K8VZA W8HRF.
All right, Josh, you are welcome. Good to hear you tonight. And hello to Whiskey 1 Lima Lima as well. We'll clear with W8HRF for now, and we'll go down and see if Lucy's out there, KE8YUK. How you doing, Lucy? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KD8S, nope, you're not SOD. KE8VZA. Wow, that was a KE8VZA, KE8YUK. I got distracted by a dancing well. Hit the microphone line that stretched this far. Ah, man. I didn't think I was going to stick around, but like Josh said, Will's awake, so we're awake. See if I last. KE8YUK. Oh, Josh is trying to get a picture, so now I got to stall for time. KE8YUK back to KE8VZA.
All right, Lucy, got you on the log, sticking around in a Kodak moment to boot. Anyway, good to hear you tonight. We'll clear with KE8YUK. And let's go down and see if Alan's out there. I think I saw him pop in the blue screen. KI5DAY. How you doing, Alan? And how are you? And you ready to roll with some alt trivia later?
KI5DAY in the net. Yeah, all is good. Just hanging out and relaxing a little bit. It's been a busy last 2 weeks. Oh my goodness, ever since Easter I've been burning the candle at both ends, but that's okay. It's been a pretty good, productive time, especially being busy at work with the new airplane and stuff. We're still working our way through that monstrosity, but just other stuff keeping me busy too as well, radios and everything else, trying to get things sorted out, helping people a little bit here and there, and all kinds of goodies. But Larry, he's doing good. He's gotten into my raisin bran the other night. He had a couple of accidents. He ate a little bit too much, and he's a little embarrassed. So we got him some little chicken diapers, and he's doing better now. He's a little embarrassed about it, but he'll get through it. KI5DAY.
Oh, yeah. I can just picture chicken diapers. Maybe you need to get him a little pair of baggy shorts to go over those diapers so he doesn't have to be too embarrassed to walk outside. Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, sorry, Larry. Anyway, good to hear you, Alan. And, we'll clear with KI5DAY for now. And let me take a break for time, and I'll read off who I have thus far. KE8VZA returning with the BeaconNet pre-show on the W8WKY repeater. And we're going to take some check-ins in a minute. We just finished touching base with our net control team, a.k.a. our notorious Mickey Mouse roll call. It went through with flying colors. So next we'll read off who I have that I grabbed from the blue screen and a couple RFs thus far. KE8ZRY Jeremy, W3ETB Eddie, K5CFY Ray, K3MBC Mark, KI5RFI Mac, KA8MNT Tom, who checked in and out, 73 Tom, KA8LYJ Bob, WB4AIZ Chuck, all the way from Florida, who checked in and out as well. Thanks, Chuck, and 73. KE8QFT Fred, grabbed you from the blue screen, as well as KI5TAQ Taco Tim. All right, there's who we have thus far. We have room left on the log here. I'm KE8VZA. If you would like to get on the log, please give me your call sign, phonetically, alphabetically, and with your name and location. I'll get you in here.
November Yankee N8YMY. I'll be in and out tonight, Eric. Thanks. 7-3.
This is Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor, Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor, Kevin in Valley Springs, California. God bless, and 73 in Maranatha, and I'm sticking around.
Alpha 8, CT, A, 8, CT, Craig, Shreve, in and out. Good evening, Eric.
This is November Tango 8 Delta, NT8D, Dave, Copley, Ohio. You mark me in and out, Eric. I'll be listening on the scanner, getting ready for the barometer net in the morning.
Whiskey Alpha 8, Kilo Oscar Charlie, WA8 KOC, Fred in Akron.
All right, I'll pick it up there. KE8BZA returning. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more check-ins. K6KJV, Rev Kev from California, got you on the log. YMY, John, you and Kev for a little bit there, but I pulled your call sign out. I got you in and out. AA8CT, Craig, down in Shreve, I got you, and got you marked in and out, 7-3. Thanks for stopping by. And NT8D, Dave, who's got to take care of the pipes for tomorrow morning's net. Got you in and out as well, Dave. Thanks, gentlemen, for stopping by. And then that brings us to WA8KOC. Got you on the log as well. Anyone else before we start working this list to see who's going to stick around and who isn't? Please call.
KCFQV, good evening, Eric. How many sleeps do you have until we're going to lose you? KCFQV.
All right, KC8FQV, got you, Mark. I don't know the answer to that question yet. But anyway, go ahead and work the list. I'm going to go a little bit out of order here. WA8KOC, Fred. Are you going to stick around tonight, or are you just going to get your parking validated?
Hey, good evening, Eric, and good evening to everybody in here on the net. Thanks for taking my check-in. I think I'm going to go ahead and just get parking validated. I've been fighting a head cold the past couple days, and it sucks. It really is not too much fun. And I thought I could get away unscathed, but like everybody else has been getting this crud, I've got it now too. So I'll just say, you have yourself a good net, and hopefully everybody enjoys this evening, and we'll look forward to hearing you in the near future. I tend to think that Mark has an idea you're going to be leaving us or something, so I hope that's not the case, pal. Take good care of yourself. 7-3 to you and everybody else in here enjoying the net. KE8VZA, WA8KOC.
WA8KOC, KE8VZA. I could tell you didn't sound like yourself. I was thinking you probably had a cold. Yeah, you got that crud that's going around caught you. I had it a while back. It was no fun. So I hope it works very quickly with you and let you get back to normal activities. And yes, I will be moving to North Carolina sometime this year for work. So haven't worked out all the details yet, and there you have it. So 7-3, Fred, get some good rest. I'm sure we'll hear you on the barometer net this week. We'll clear with WA8KOC. Got you in and out here. And let's go up to the top of the list. KE8ZRY, Jeremy. How you doing, Jeremy? And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
KE8VZA, this is KE8ZRY. Good evening, Eric, and everybody on the net. Jeremy here in Akron. Yep, I'm going to stick around. I'm waiting on that trivia, so hopefully I should make it. So anyway, I'll pass it back to you. KE801.
All right, Jeremy. Well, if we call for you and you're not there, we know maybe you joined a few others in Dreamland. So no worries, no worries. Appreciate you coming around here and checking in. We'll leave you on the log for sure. Anyway, we'll clear with KE8ZRY for now, and let's go down and talk to Eddie over in Maryland, W3ETB. How are you, Eddie? And stick around for the big show tonight.
Hi there, Eric. Yeah, I'll be here, sticking around and listen to those trivia questions. I feel like I got something done today. Actually, my neighbor came over and helped me put the blinds up in two of my bedrooms, so I got that much done. And, we tried to put shades up in the master bedroom. Unfortunately, the hardware for installing them was a little different than the shades that were there. I had taken a shade that was there to the Home Depot and had them cut it to the exact same size, but the hardware was different, so it didn't fit. I went back to Home Depot, tried to get them to recut it, and they said that your machine was out of order, so we'll see. Tomorrow I'm going to give them a call and find out when is that machine going to be back in order so I can get these shades cut. Don't want to wait too long, you got only a certain amount of time before you can take them back and return them, so, I'm hoping that they'll get everything done and I'll be able to get them up. Otherwise, I might just have to get some curtains instead of shades. We got curtains already, but they're kind of what the wife calls sheer curtains, So I rely on the shades to cut the light in the morning. And, since we don't have one shade up there that, broke and came down, it's actually been a lot more sunnier in the morning around 7 o'clock. Wakes us up. We don't get all that full, 16 hours of sleep that we need as old people. Anyway, back to you there, Eric. I'll talk to you later some other time.
All right, Eddie, very good. Sorry to hear you having hardware trouble with the shades. That was nice of your neighbor to come over and lend a hand. And hopefully Home Depot will get that machine back up and running, because I bet you there's other people that need to have some shades cut to size as well. All right, Eddie, good to got you on the log. We'll clear with W3ETB. Let's go down to K5CFY. How you doing, Ray? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, K5CFY. Good evening, Mr. Eric. Thanks for doing the pre-net. And I'm definitely going to be hanging around and wave a hand there at the guy on the keyboard is doing a wonderful job as well. So I'll get off of here and we're ready for the trivia. K5CFY.
All right, Ray, very good. The guy on the keyboard says thank you, and I do as well. Anyway, good to hear you, Ray. Got you on the log. We'll clear with K5CFY for now. Let's go down to Mark, K3MBC. How you doing, Mark? And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
As K3MBC, yes, I plan on sticking around as long as I stay awake. I am planning on staying awake, so I'm in it to the end, I hope. Back to you, K3MBC.
All right, Mark, give it your best shot. Sounds like you're in good company tonight with the I'm feeling tired crew. But no worries. Anyway, got you on the log, Mark. K3MBC. We'll talk to you a little bit, and we'll go down to Mac, KI5RFI, representing Arkansas. How you doing, Mac? And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
KI5 RFI, Mac in Arkansas. Good evening, everybody on the net. Beautiful day here in the Ozarks. Got to see all 4 grandkids today, and that was a lot of fun. So I will be hanging around and wouldn't miss it there. Back to net control.
All right, very good, Mac. Well, hey, I'm glad you got to spend some time with the little ones today. And some of my most cherished memories are times I got to spend with my grandparents. So there you have it. Good to hear you. We sticking around. We'll clear with KI5 RFI. Next up was KA8MNT, who checked in and out, 73 Tom. And after that is KA8LYJ Bob. Hi, Bob. And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
K8VZA, this is KA8LYJ. Hi, Eric. Hi, group. Yeah, I'm hanging in there tonight. Game night broke up in time, so I get to play a little trivia. KA8LYJ.
All right, welcome aboard, Bob. Hopefully our trivia questions will not disappoint. And we got you on the log. We'll clear with KA8LYJ. Next up was Chuck, WB4AIZ, who checked in and out, 73 Chuck. And after Chuck is Fred, KE8QFT. How you doing, Fred? It was good seeing you at the meeting Thursday. And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
W8WKY.
Yes, I will. I will be here, and yeah, thanks for picking me up, and I'll see if I can find a joke for later. KE8QFT back to prenet.
Okay, Fred, your jokes are usually pretty funny, so I'm looking forward to the possibility. Anyway, good to hear you, Fred. We'll clear with KE8QFT, who is sticking around. Let's go down to Taco Tim, KI5TAQ, all the way from Baofeng, Oklahoma. How you doing, Tim? And are you going to stick around for the net tonight?
Well, good evening there, guys. This is KI5TAQ. Yes, I am sticking around. I'll send it back to Nut Control.
All right, Tim. I thought I heard you say that last Sunday, and I heard it clearly this time. Nut Control. All right, you nuts. All right, okay, Tim. Got you on the log, sticking around. We'll clear with KI5TAQ for now. Let's go down to RevKev, K6KJV. How you doing, Kevin? Good job swerving the clown car to miss that double there with N8YMY. How you doing, and are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Well, hello, Eric, and everyone else on the prenet. This is K6KJV Kevin here in Valley Springs, California, and yes, I am sticking around tonight. I'm parked and radio up, listening to see if I can hear y'all. So back to you, Eric, from K6KJV.
All right, Kevin, very good. Got you on the log, sticking around. Next 4 check-ins were in and out, N8YMY, AA8CT, NT8D, and WA8KOC. 7-3, gentlemen, thanks for swinging by. And that brings us down to Northern Mark, KC8FQV. How you doing, Mark? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Oh, yes, Eric, I want to stick around for the big show. I thought all that stuff was done out on the east, or on the west coast. But I didn't realize that we were big in the Cleveland area, and now you're going south. KCFQV.
All right, Mark. Yeah, I guess we did. Anyway, here tonight, got you on the log sticking around, and that brings us to the end of our check-in so far. We have 5 minutes left. I have space on the log, so anybody else that's out there that would like to get on the log for the BeaconNet, this is the BeaconNet pre-show on W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. I am KE8VZA, your pre-net net control operator, and I'm listening.
Hello, Charlie 8, Echo Yankee.
Bravo 9, Whiskey Victor Bravo, Kurt, Claremore, Oklahoma.
All right, KE8VZA returning. We picked up 2 there. KC8EEY, that's Echo Yankee, Dave in East Sparta. And also another one, I didn't catch all your call sign. There was a K, there were some W's in there, and I think a B at the end. If you could read that back to me phonetically again, I'll get it correctly in the log here.
Whiskey Bravo 9, Whiskey Victor Bravo, Kurt, Oklahoma.
And it's AFIJB, Manitoba.
All right, Kurt, thank you very much. I got it that time. Whiskey Bravo 9, Whiskey Victor Bravo. And we also picked up Matt, AF5JB, who is short time. We'll get to you in just a minute, Matt. I just want to jump back up to KC8EEY, Dave. Did I get your right? Is that right? Kilo Charlie 8 Echo Yankee.
You got it correct, my friend.
Very good. Thanks, Dave. Just wanted to be sure. All right, let's go down to Matt, AF5JB, who's short time. Do you have a couple comments for the net before you have to go, Matt?
Yeah, copy, and I appreciate it. Good evening to you and everybody else out there on that website, clear skies and Mississippi 2 degrees over Tulsa. And had a weekend, just all these one of my friends, other friend was off doing something, but Bessie was one of them at Wayne, Oklahoma. Got back and tell us about 1 o'clock in the morning and went to the main event, and I played the World War Batman, some Mississippi cars, and Cruising Blast, and kind of hung around there for a little bit, went home and got the pizza and wings and went to bed. We got this morning at 8, and this Batman and some outrun and some other games on my console there. Arcade top console. Full console table, but other than that, been alright. A few storms kind of here and there here in Tulsa lately, but other than that, been doing alright. That time of year, storms around here anyway, so. And we don't have so much else beyond that, so I can say a week and a good evening and steady 3, and until next time, I think you can hear it one. And this is AFIJB, Manitoba, Oklahoma, about the next show. Thanks again, and until next time, thanks again.
All right, Matt, very good. Good to hear you had another good weekend, and you week going forward. And thanks for stopping by. And 7-3, we'll clear with AF5JB. That brings us to the end of the BeaconNet pre-show, beginning of the BeaconNet. So have no fear.
Nick at Nite will take some more check-ins after we get the net rolling. In case you didn't get in there on the pre-show, no worries. Anyway, KE8QKO, this is KE8VZA. I'm ready to turn it over to you. If you are ready, go ahead and take it.
All right, thank you, Eric. Fine business on the pre-show as always. Good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Nick. My call sign is KE8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Kilo Oscar, and I will be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater. 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and EchoLink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net. All traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, the Fireside Network, and various other repeaters. And we ask you key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. Any stations who have not already checked into the pre-show that would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
W8WKY.
Kilo Charlie 5, Romeo Bravo Golf, KC5, Real Big Guns, Shannon in Tulsa. And I've had a very blessed and wonderful day. Unfortunately, it has wiped me out. So I am going to be in and out tonight. God bless in 73.
I'm going to take it there. All right, Shannon, I understand you're in and out, or you had a tough day and you're in and out. If you want, I can make you short time, and you can answer. Well, I know your answers for the trivia can be it, but we can hear about your day. I'm interested to hear what was so great about it. So you can come back if you want to hang out for a couple of minutes. I can put you at the top of the list. If you want to just go to bed, that's fine too. So I'm not going to pressure you either way.
Yeah, you can put me short time, I guess. KC5, RBG.
Copy that, sir. Thanks. Good to hear you on here too, by the way. So I like to hear you. So we'll put you down a short time. We'll get to you there first. I'm going to read the trivia before I don't even have to read the trivia before I talk to you, because I know what your answers always are. We'll get to you. Anyway, anyone else want to check into the Beacon Net, please call now. All right, before we read the trivia, we're going to go talk to Shannon, because we always know what his answers are going to be, but I'll let him spoil that for you and give you those. How you doing, Shannon? And how was your weekend?
Hello there, Nick at Night in the Net, KC5, Real Big Guns. And I'll tell you, I have had a extremely wonderful weekend. I've spent it with Kenyon, and we had a wonderful weekend. And then today, I took him to church, his church down in Okmulgee, and we both got baptized together today. And after that, we all went to a restaurant and had a family dinner together, me and all his family. And then me, him, his brother, and his peepaw all went to the range and went shooting and had an extremely fun time there. And I just walked in the door and just brought stuff in, and I'm so exhausted. I hadn't even unpacked anything. I came back here to the bedroom and got my sleep shorts, and I am just wiped out. So, but gosh, it was such a blessed day today. Had a blessed weekend, and God is good. And of course, my answer to the trivia is the great state of Oklahoma, because that's always the right answer. This is Kilo Charlie 5, Real Big Guns. God bless. And 73, my friend. Back to nut control.
All right, well, thank you for that, Shannon. I'll tell you, that kind of time with family and that experience, you can't, yeah, that sounds like a fantastic weekend. So good to hear you be on here, and good to hear you. You go get some sleep. Sounds like you're tired. You've earned it. So thanks for checking in, and I appreciate it. All right, let's go get our trivia questions read. We're going to start with KE8VZA. Eric, what is your main trivia?
KE8QKO in the net, excuse me there. KE8VZA here with main trivia. Here we go. Of the following amateur radio brands, which brand is the one most hams have ever owned? The choices are Alpha, Baofeng, Bravo, ICOM, Charlie, Kenwood, or Delta, Yaesu. I'll read this again in just a second. Let me take a break for time. KE8VZA returning. All right. Of the following amateur radio brands, which brand is the one most hams have ever owned? Choices are Alpha, Baofeng, Bravo, ICOM, Charlie, Kenwood, or Delta, Yaesu. I'll put this in the blue screen in a moment. This is KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Eric. I feel like that's a loaded question, because I think that question is probably all hams that have been licensed ever, and not necessarily hams of modern times as we had with them today. Regardless, I wrote my answer down, or my guess down, and see how it works out. But, yeah, I feel like some of the distractors might be a little distracting to some of us. But I appreciate the trivia. Let's go talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the alternate trivia read. Alan, take it away.
All right, then. KI5DAY, yeah. It's a nice alternate trivia. It's a strange one. I rarely ever have strange questions for old trivia, but here's one. In the last century, there were con men who took advantage of scientific data about different natural events affecting humans. Again, I'll read that. In the last century, there were con men who took advantage of scientific data about natural events affecting humans. So one of the best cons pulled off was actually purchasing pills to keep them safe from which one of these things. Let me let this drop, and I will give you the options. Again, the question is, which one of the best, or what one of the best cons pulled off was people actually purchasing pills to keep them safe from which one of these things? Was it A, comet pills, B, volcanic ash pills, C, geomagnetic solar storm pills, or D, nuclear Cornwaldotonium pills? Let me let this drop. Okay, so your options again for answers. Which one of these was the best con pulled off in the last century over scientific data that would affect humans? Which one of these was the pills that con men sold? Was it comet pills, A, B, volcanic ash pills, C, geomagnetic solar storm pills, or D, nuclear Cornwaldotonium pills? KI5DAY, back to net.
KEKO. Whoever's keying up, please stop. Wow, I can't believe that actually worked. All right, well, thank you, Alan. I'm gonna say this out loud. I probably shouldn't, but I'm really surprised that COVID wasn't on that list, because I probably would have voted for it if it was. But anyway, yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't there. But I have my answer written down. We'll see how that works out for me later. Thanks for the alternate trivia. And as far as you saying, starting out saying you have a weird question, that really got my hackles going. Because I'm like, Alan has weird questions all the time. And if he starts that way, it might be a doozy. But this doesn't feel like a doozy. We'll see how that goes. All right. This is KEKO on the WAWKY repeater, 147 Mark 290, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We're going to go talk to KE8ZRY, Jeremy. How you doing, Jeremy? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
KE8QKO, this is KE8ZRY. Good evening, Nick, and everybody on the net. Not much going on tonight. Just relaxing, getting ready for the week. Working on an interesting little project this weekend, and it's going pretty well. Love it when projects go well. Trying to think of anything else going on. No, it's a pretty good weekend. Other than the cold, I was really hoping that we'd get rid of the cold. It's been beautiful, and then all of a sudden, boom, 40s and 50s again. I'll take 40s and 50s over 30s, so. And, anyway, trivia answers. I'm going to go with Alpha. I believe that was Balfong, or Balfang, or however you say it. And then I'm going to go with, we'll go with Charlie on the geomagnetic, with the geomagnetic storm for the alternate. And with that, I'll pass it back over to Net Control. This is KE8ZRY, 1073, everybody.
All right, well, thank you, Jeremy. I know you said your trivia. I didn't hear it because I was typing in the blue screen when you said it. It's Alpha and Charlie. Look at that. Eric, you can't leave. I need you. All right. So thank you, Jeremy. Good to hear you. Thanks for checking in. Next, we're going to talk to W3ETB Eddie. How you doing, Eddie? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Hi there, Nick. Here, currently in Annapolis, it's 44 degrees and there's no wind. We had a little bit of rain today. It rained for a while. And actually, as I had said earlier to Eric, my next door neighbor came over and he did the blinds for me. He was actually going to prune my fig tree. He brought his chainsaw with him too. Unfortunately, by the time we got done with the blinds, it was pouring down rain outside, so he couldn't do anything with the fig tree. So hopefully within the next day or two, he'll kind of prune that up for me as well. And we'll have a nice, pruned fig tree. It's kind of gotten out of hand, I think. It's taken over the backyard just about. I've been cutting the top out of it each year and try to keep it down to about, maybe 5-6 feet high. But every time I trim the top of it, it grows back even that much higher. So it says, I will not be defeated. I'm going to be growing high as I can. Actually, the neighbors around the community here told me, they said, you're the only one in the community, the whole community that has a fig tree. So, and I told them, I said, well, you're welcome to figs anytime you want, because we have so many of them, we can't possibly eat them all. But nobody really comes over, except for my next door neighbor. Actually, she told me that the fig tree was kind of hanging over her fence. So last year, she actually got a few figs off of it. I told her, well, that's good. Maybe I'll just leave that part hanging over the fence for you. Anyway, you take care there, Nick, and we'll talk to you later, W3ETB, and I'm going to go with AA for American Airlines.
right, thank you, Eddie. Got your answers down there for Alpha and Alpha. Yeah, I was about to yell back out to you. I'm like, hey, you didn't answer the trivia. Get back out to him when he clears. So, all right, thank you, sir. Good to hear you, and I'm glad you had a good weekend. All right, let's talk to K5CFY Ray. How you doing, Ray? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO on the net, K5CFY. Good evening, Nick at Nite. Thanks for running the net. And again, wave a hand there at Mr. Eric on the keyboard. Not much going on here. Had a great day. Been hearing Alan gripe about me looking up everything on Google, so tonight I'm switching around. I'm using a Ouija board. So I'm going to go with Charlie and Charlie.
All right, thank you, Ray. Got your answers down there for Charlie. And Charlie, I hope you're not the only one controlling that Ouija board, because it might be a little corrupted if you are. But, yeah, thanks for checking in. Thanks for all you do for all the nets you do. Next, we're going to talk to you, K3MBC. Mark, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Hey, it's K3MBC. Howdy, everybody. Thanks for running the net tonight. Don't have a whole lot, just a normal good Sunday around here. Had a good day at church. All my volunteers performed very highly well in the video production department today, so just had a really good day and a good afternoon. Trivia answers tonight are Alpha and Alpha. Alpha and Alpha. Back to you.
All right, thank you, sir. Got your answer down there for Alpha and Alpha. And again, sounds like another good weekend. A lot of those good weekends going on. I had a good one myself, so seems like a pretty solid weekend all around from what everybody I'm hearing. Next we have KI5 RFI Mac. How you doing, Mac? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Good evening from Arkansas. Had another chilly night last night and a beautiful 60-something degree day today. So we're kind of going up and down with the temperature here. But that's springtime for you. My answer to the trivia question, I'm going to go Alpha and Bravo. Alpha and Bravo. Back to net control.
All right, thank you, Mac. Got your answer down there for Alpha and Bravo. It's a little chilly here right now as well, but that's all right. It'll warm up here pretty soon. Next station after Mac was In and Out. That was K8MNT, and that's going to take us down to K88LYJ, Bob from the Magic City of Barberton, Ohio. How you doing, Bob? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO. This is K88LYJ. Felicitations, Nick the Nocturnal. And hello, group. It's been a solid weekend. Just like everybody else. Had a decent day yesterday. Good day today. Church, coffee and music, and then a nap, and then game night, and it wrapped up in time for me to check in here, so it's all good. If I had to complain, it's that the temperature graph lately looks like a EKG of a crackhead. I was in shorts and a t-shirt yesterday. I'm in sweats today. Yesterday's weather app showed 72 and a freeze watch. Those should never be on the same screen. And for trivia, I am going to go bed and breakfast. Bravo and Bravo. Back to you, Nick. KA8LYJ.
All right, thank you, Bob. Got your answer down there for Bravo and Bravo. Yeah, I finally had a flat tire on the mower this spring, so I broke down. I went out this morning and picked up a new one from Home Depot and put it on there and started cutting my grass. And I'm trudging around the front yard, cutting the grass. All of a sudden it starts snowing. I'm like, I'm cutting the grass in the freaking snow. I wasn't excited about that. But it's cut, I guess, so that's the best part. Anyway, thanks for checking in there, Bob. Appreciate it. This is KE8QKO on the WAWKY repeater 147 Mark 290, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Going through the list of check-ins on the BeaconNet. Our next station is in and out, that's WB4AIZ, which is going to take us down to KE8QFT. Uncle Fred, how you doing, Fred? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Good evening once again, everybody. I'm going to say Delta and Charlie for the trivia. DNC. I was watching the news yesterday, and I seen where it had snowed in Denver. They got a lot of snow. They also had a baseball game, the Colorado Rockies. Got fans to volunteer to come and shovel snow off of the field. I mean, they Colorado, what kind of snow they get. So the game had to get played, so they shoveled all that snow out of there. And they said, however, like the wind chill got to below freezing but they played the game anyhow. Well, I imagine with all the fans there, it would be kind of cool. Anyhow, did you know that there was a pirate up at the farmer's market? He was selling corn. Yeah, it turned out it was a buccaneer. Okay, that's it for now. KE8QFT. I'm going to work hilarities. Back to net control.
All right, thank you there, Fred. Cut it down for Delta and Charlie. I want to say I want to remember that. I really do want to remember that, but I probably won't. Because you know what? I like dad jokes, but I always forget the dad jokes. Like I appreciate the dads who remember them. They can recite them on a whim. I'm not one of those dads. I love the dad jokes, and every once in a while I'll come up with one, or I'll remember one, but I don't usually remember them. Anyway, thanks, Fred. I appreciate you checking in. Next, we're going to talk to KI5TAQ Taco Tim from Bofang, Oklahoma. How you doing, Tim? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Oh, good evening there. This is KI5TAQ. Well, I feel like some guy from the 18. B as in Bravo, A as in Alpha. B for the main question, A as for the alternate question. B.A. Baracus. And of course for Uncle Fred, I think he should have, and anybody else who may have seen that game there in Colorado, that saying that goes, there's snow in Dar Hills. There's a whole lot of snow up there in Dar Hills. Oh, I'm going to be getting ready to, shall we say, think about next week. And when I get done with next week, we'll see what happens after that. Maybe coming into May very quickly, very soon. And then, let's see. Oh, another anniversary. Actually, 2 anniversaries. Let me let this drop. Yeah, I could always be thinking about anniversaries. One of them is my wedding anniversary to my wife, which is on May 7th. But the first anniversary, her anniversary, is on May 3rd. And it's like, my, how time flies when you're having fun. And both anniversaries are pretty important. Especially the second one, like my wife says. But anyways, I'll let you get on down the list, and I'll listen for the answers of the trivia questions. This is KI5TAQ.
All right. Well, thank you, Tim. Congrats on those anniversaries. Got your answers down there for Bravo and Alpha. It's good to hear you. And thanks for checking in. Next, we have K6KJV, Rev Kev. How you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, thank you very much, sir, Mr. Nick. At night, I appreciate the handoff. This is K6KJV, Kevin here in Valley Springs, California. Yeah, you already said that, but I'll say it again. What have I got? Well, man, a Buccaneer, huh? It's like $2 or $3 in your hair. And Taco Tim, I've been married for almost 43 years, and, well, did you know that rings are the smallest pair of handcuffs in the whole wide world? But no, I'm just joking. All right, well, I am really surprised that Alan did not have the greatest con man in the world, probably the universe on there. George? Yeah. Al Gore with his global warming snake oil. Or Kool-Aid. So with that, I'm going to say double D's, Delta and Delta. That would be D as in Delta on the main trivia and D as in Delta on the alternate trivia. Don't you get them all mixed up there. So God bless 73 and Maranatha. Back to you, Mr. Nick at Night from K6KJV. Or excuse me, yeah. I don't know, whatever it is.
All right, well, thank you, Kevin. Got your answers down there for double D. And yeah, with the price of things in California, I can see I would take 2 Pirates to sell corn for 2 Buccaneers. Anyway, thanks for checking in. I do appreciate it. Our next 4 stations are in and out. That's N8YMY, AA8CT, NT8D, and WA8KOC, which will take us down to KC8. FQV Mark. How you doing, Mark? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight? Kilo Charlie 8. Foxtrot, Quebec, Victor, KC8, FQV. Mark, are you out there? Do you have comments for the Beacon Net?
All right, KCFQV. We just checked in with the Friendship Net over there in Kentucky. And, well, on the trivia, it's going to be Delta on the main trivia and Alpha on the alternative. Delta and Alpha. So, other than that, not a lot else happening here. So, yeah, that's still going. Yeah, trying to keep these volumes up and down and what's going on, but yeah, the weekend went good. QCWA went good yesterday. Something's in my mouth. It's like something like sore on the bottom side of the tongue. So it don't want to let me talk right sometimes. But, well, you know, they have all these bumps in the road. That was they were having with the other net. I just checked in there. The 2 meter side was giving them a little bump in the road. Yeah, like we had on Friday. We had the bump in the road when the repeater decided, the internet or something decided to break. So Gary ran one side and Nick ran the other side. So we'll the net control, KCFQV.
All right, thank you, Mark. Got your answer down there for Delta and Alpha. I guess I see a re-rank if you're checking in other nets before us when we're double calling you. Anyway, thanks for that. Appreciate you checking in. And talk to you later. Next, we'll talk to KC8EEY. Dave, how you? What? Before I go to Dave, before I go to Dave, this is KEAQKO on the WAWQR repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Now we're going to talk to KC8EEY Dave and see what he has going on. Take it away.
Good evening to the net, and always a little commercial. And you did so well and so fast. It's like at the end of a regular commercial where they stop. Well, I hope you guys have missed me. I just got back from winter in Florida. Cut my trip or my stay down there short because I ended up hospital. I was at a restaurant and eating shrimp and sausage, and lo and behold, somewhere in the baked potato there was a clam shell, or crab shell I should say, and I swallowed that and it perforated my esophagus and caught a hole, and they ended up taking me to the hospital. So I'm recovering from that. But other than that, I'm feeling pretty good, a little raspy, but good to be back in the great state of Ohio. For the trivia tonight, I'm going to say, I can't remember what the letters were, the designations, but I'm going to pick Yezu, because I'm a Yezu fan, and I'm going to say on the second trivia, the comet pill. Everybody's afraid of comets, and it at one time has evil connotation to it. Okay, we're going to turn it back to the net. This is KC8EY.
All right, well, thank you, Dave. We got your answers down there for Delta and Alpha. That sounds like a hot mess. And you seem like you're in way better spirits than I would be if I was in that situation. Yeah, I'd be peeved. You're scratchy coming in, but I'm guessing you're maybe still in the hospital, maybe not, but maybe on a handheld probably. That's okay, because, yeah, that does not sound pleasant at all. And I'd be pretty peeved if I was in a restaurant and that happened. I don't know what to say about that. Anyway, thank you for checking in with us. I'm glad you're doing better, and I'm glad you're on the mend. Okay, next we have WB9 WVB Kurt. How you doing, Kurt? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, good evening to everybody in the net. Thanks for letting me check in. And, yeah, just a beautiful day here in Oklahoma, and just out and about getting things done, and then going back on call here. And I'll take Bravo and Delta for the trivia tonight, and then turn it back over to net control from WB9 WVB.
All right. Thank you, sir. Got your answers down there for Bravo and Delta. And I guess could have fun being on call? That's not fun, no. But maybe. I don't know. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. Our next two stations are In and Out. That's AF5JB and KC5. Oh, they're not In and Out. They're both short time. And KC5 Rebel Guns. Who's probably sleeping now. But good night, Shannon. Good night. And, yeah. It takes us down to AB8MO, Andy, from the land of snow and maple syrup, mostly maple syrup now, I think. Take it away, Andy.
KE8QKO, this is AB8MO. I almost just went to bed without checking into that, but I'm like, you know what? I have to say hi to my good buddy Nick at Nite, and let's see, Eric. I saw Eric said hello on the blue screen, and Dustin did too. So, Al, you need a Larry the Rubber Chicken answer at some point. Just saying. Tonight would have qualified, I think, but anyhow, I'm going to aggravate and really I'm going to ruin the ham radio purists out there with the answer of Baofeng for Eric's question. And I'm kind of tossed on Alan's question, actually. We'll throw out magnetic solar storm pills. I like that one. That's a clever answer. It's probably not right, but we'll go with air conditioning because it certainly didn't need the air conditioning today. It was a nice day, but chilly, and tomorrow looks to be about the same. But hey, it's only the middle of April. We're not supposed to have 80 degrees in the middle of April like we've had, so it's been a pretty strange spring so far. But, well, I guess you could say we deserved it because, we had a pretty brutal January for sure. Late December into January was below zero. So we're making up for it now. All right, folks, I'm going to head off to bed. So y'all behave yourself now, you hear? I don't know who's the man behind the curtain today. Is that you, Eric? Hello. Back she comes. Yeah, it snowed today, actually. A little bit. It snowed a little bit when I was in church, so we'll count today as a snow day. K8QKO from ABNMO.
All right. Well, thank you, Andy. Got your answer down there for Alpha and Charlie. Yeah, it's a tricky question Eric asked. There's context. There's context for that answer. But yeah, a lot of hands have owned Baofengs. A lot of Baofengs have been sold. I think I've got a Yaesu. I've got an ICOM. I think I have some other thing that starts with a G that I never use, and I've got like 5 or 6 Baofengs. So, if you're looking at sheer number-wise, if I look at that, like Baofeng sells a lot of freaking radios. But as far as per ham, that's a tough one because there's a lot of hams that have been around before Baofeng even came out. So I'm not sure how those numbers are padded or calculated. So that could be any number of things in that list. Anyway, thanks for your answer, and good night. Next, we talk to AI5Q, Jairus. How you doing, Jairus? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, good evening, one and all. AI5Q here. I'm doing okay. I've got a muscle tension headache, and it's right in my neck, and kind of hurts to look at the screen or listen to the radio very loud or anything right now, but I'm making it through. Decided I had to come participate and try and take my mind off of it, but it just seems to be making it worse. But I can't get to sleep when my head hurts like this anyway, so it wouldn't do me much good to lay down in the quiet. So here I are, as they would say in some places that don't understand English word choice very well. I'm going to go with cow dung or Baofeng, or however you say that, for the trivia answer. And on the main trivia, and for the alternate, I think I'm going to go with the comet tail or comets or whatever. The comet pills, there we go. That one. That's my answers. I think that's both alphas. Alcoholics Anonymous, there you go. Maybe that's why I have a headache. I haven't had enough to drink yet today. AI5Q, back to you.
All right, well, thank you, Jairus. You have your answers on there for Alpha and Alpha. Maybe that's it. I will say, though, if you're getting a headache from not doing it, maybe you shouldn't. But that's a whole other conversation. Yeah. Hopefully feel better there soon, sir. And thanks for checking in. I do appreciate it. This is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We're at the bottom of our list. We are ready for more check-ins of the Beacon Net. If you would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
KF8 GGM, Kilo Foxtrot 8, Golf Mike, Matt and Lorraine. In and out tonight, sir.
All right, I've got KF8 GGM checking in and out. Anyone else want to check into the beacon net? Please call them out. All right, nothing heard there. Let's go talk to our net control team. We're going to start with KE8, VZA. Eric, how you doing, sir? What do you have for the beacon net tonight?
KE8QKO in the net, KE8VZA here. Doing well, Nick. Hope you are. I hope everyone else is. Good to hear everyone. Trivia, before I forget, I'm going to abstain for the main, of course, and answer Alpha for alternate. I'm going to go the Comet route. Purely a guess. Anyway, had a good weekend. Got some stuff around here. Cut the grass Saturday and tried to get the backyard done before the rain came, and the yard was wet in the low corner of the back of the yard, and got the riding mower stuck. So my neighbor was kind enough to hop the fence and help me get it unstuck, and I got the grass cut when the rain started. So there you have it. I should have known not to go back there with that big heavy thing, but I did. Usually I go with the small mower, but I was trying to be quick, right? That's how that goes. Anyway, 4 steps forward, 3 steps back. Yeah, that day it was. But good weekend nonetheless. Anyway, that's all I have to KE8VZA.
All right, thank you, sir. Yeah, I only did the front yard this weekend. I did not touch the back. I got a bunch of crap I have to clean up. I got some wood I got to drag around and put into the burn barrel, and I guess a big branch I have to chop up with a chainsaw and split up to get smoked or get into my firewood pile. So my backyard's it's not really getting touched right now. And yeah, good to your neighbor to help you push that thing out. Whenever I get stuck in the yard, I have to dig it out myself, sit out there and kind of try to pull at it. Yeah, awesome. Good to hear. Next, let's talk to KD8 EPC. Dustin, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the beacon net tonight?
Oh, goodness. QKO and the beacon net. This is KD8 EPC. I had to find the microphone there. How you doing there, Nick? Let me, before I forget, give you some trivia answers. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Charlie and Delta for my trivia answers. I was going to go with Alpha, but I'm changing. I'm going to go with Charlie and Delta for my trivia answers. What's going on? Worked all weekend. Friday, I went out on the kayak for the first time this year. Sunburned the heck out of the inside of both of my legs from the knee down. So that's fantastic. It's still angry and red, even though I've been putting stuff on it there, along with the arms. But such is life, and now it's 40 degrees and snowing. So what can you do? That's all I've got for you, Nick. Have a good night. We're going to go to bed here. KD8 EPC, back to net control, 73.
All right. Well, thank you, Dustin. Charlie and Delta it is. And kayaking sounds, I don't want to say fun this time of year, but I guess it was. The water's cold. Whether you're on top of it or not, it's still cold. Good for you for getting out there. Now we're going to talk to KD8 SLG, Just Nick. How you doing, Nick? And what do you have for the beacon net tonight? Oh, come on. Don't tell me we had Dustin hanging around and not Nick. Kilo Delta 8, Sierra Lima Golf, KD8 SLG. Nick, are you out there? And do you have comments for the Beacon Net? All right, I'm going to give him crap the next time I see him, if I remember. I probably won't. But I guess he turned into a pumpkin, and he's gone to sleep. Let's talk to WHRF. Josh, how you doing, Josh? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
K8QKO, W8HRF. Hey, Nick. Good to hear you. For my trivias, for main trivia, I'm going to go with Kenwood, Charlie. And for Alan's alternate, goodness, I haven't decided. We'll just go with Bravo Volcanic Ash Pill. Anyways, we had a weekend over here. Got a lot of stuff done on Saturday. I even got a piece of conduit put up on the back shed so that I could attach my 80-meter off-center fed to that finally. So now it's up out of the way, which is kind of nice. It's not like staked down to the ground like I had before. So now the one leg that was staked on the ground, it's in a big inverted V. So I've got the long leg going over to the shed now. So happy that's done. Oh, a whole bunch of other stuff, weed whacking and planting grass, and yeah, it was good. Very productive. And then today we decided to relax as much as we could. Got a little bit more in red. I'm past the halfway point in Project Hail Mary, the book. So that's exciting. I'm trying to finish it before it leaves theaters so Lucy and I can go watch it. So, anyways. And then today we also went out with KD8JJF and Brandon, K8ARB. We went to Wingfoot to kind of do a little test run before the Saratoga next weekend. So that was fun. We got a bunch of contacts, and the bands were not great, though. It was not great today. So hopefully, it was a little chilly, but we dressed warm, which was good. So it was good to see everybody. So with that, looking forward to seeing folks next week. If you're able to make it out to the Saratoga, 5:30 at Wingfoot Lake State Park, first pavilion on the right when you drive in at the Buckeye Shelter there. I'm gonna be there, and we'll see if we can get 2 activations in one day. So it should be a good time. Dress for whatever it ends up being, whether it be 80 degrees or 40 degrees and snowing. Catch you later, Nick. Hope you're doing well. K8QKO, W8HRF, 7-3, everybody.
All right. Well, thank you, Eric. Or not Eric. Sorry, Josh. Thank you, Josh. You know what? I'll tell you. Just listen to the audiobook, dude. You have it done by now. That's why I love audiobooks. I don't have time to read. I want to read more. I'd love to read more. I just don't have the time. But I can listen to the audiobooks. So that one's a great book. They cover Rocky and the main character, everything really well. Another one I've really gotten into, if you get done with that and you want to listen to a book or not read it, is the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. It's kind of like Evil Dead mixed with Dungeons and Dragons kind of theme to it. I really like that one. So there's that. And I also finally broke down and listened to the Phoenix Project. I've got the book. I haven't had the time to read it, so I picked it up on Audible and I listened to it. That's a good one for you, Josh. The Phoenix Project. That's a good one to listen to because you can do it on your way to and from work. So if you haven't read or listened to that before, when you're done with this book, grab that one next. And if you want to read it, I have a copy, and I would be happy to let you borrow it. Anyway, yeah, that's all I've got for that. Got your answer down for Charlie and Bravo. This is K8QKO on the WWKR repeater 147 Mark 390, positive Austin with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're going to talk to Josh's better half, K8YUK, Miss Lucy. How you doing, Lucy? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KD8EBC, K8YUK. What is it? Dang it. I was reading the trivia on Josh's screen and was not paying attention to what I was saying. Before I forget, trivia answers. Man, I feel so ill-equipped with the radio trivia. I'm going to go with Baofeng because I feel like that's an entry radio for most hands. I know that's where I started. EchoLink. Counting EchoLink? Is EchoLink a brand? No, it's not. Anyway, yeah, it's software. And for Alan's question, I'm going to go with C, Geomagnetic Solar Storm Pills. There is a book series that I read for a little bit at some point in my life, and the characters was obsessed with solar storms, and it was a middle school book, so it was very hammed up, if you will. But it sticks out to me, so I'm going to go with that. Tired. The kids have been waking up alternately. Every time one of them sleeps through the night, the other one does something obnoxious. I can't get both of them to sleep normally at the same time, and I'm so tired. But you hear me say that all the time. Will is starting to walk. Necessarily surprising because he's such a fast crawler and he climbs up everything, but it's just another saga, another page of the saga. I don't know. And Betty thinks he's very cute. She does forget that he's super breakable, though, so she needs to be more careful with his poor little fingers and toes. But yeah, it was a good day. Chilly, but sunny, which was nice to look outside at. And that's pretty much it. I am distracting myself by browsing through new phone options because I have an iPhone 8 and it is barely hanging on. And I need to start thinking ahead for when it finally gives up the ghost. But technology is confusing and there's too much of it. So maybe I just won't have one. I don't know. That's it for me. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for running the net, guys. K8YK to KD8QKO. That's what I said. That's
All right. Well, thank you, Lucy. There's a bit to unpack there. I'm going to kind of try to run through it all as I can think of it here. All right. So I want to go back to Josh's statement about POTA. I think I'll actually be able to go to that, Josh. That'd be kind of cool to be able to swing by because Saturday we have a pancake breakfast for my son's Boy Scout troop. That's down in Uniontown. Trying to think of the location here. That's right down near Byler's. There's a United Methodist Church. We're doing the pancake breakfast there on Saturday morning. So I'm going to throw out a shameless plug. If you're out there, you want pancakes and sausage for breakfast, and you want to go down 91 near Byler's and grab some, you're welcome to join us. We're happy to have you. But since that's in the morning, I could probably swing by for POTA in the evening. That'd be awesome. And about babies being breakable, I don't know. I had one of those, and admittedly, you can break things on them, but being breakable, they're kind of all cartilage, and that's by design. Thankfully, I know there's been times with my son I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I broke him, and thankfully I did not break him. So there's that. At least with Betty, she's far less likely to break him at this age than she will at a much greater age. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, I think that's about it. When I gathered. So thanks for checking in there, Lucy. I appreciate it. And I will say, I am really glad those days are gone. And the younger years are fun when they're young, but when they get older and they start becoming a little more self-sufficient, and you get a little more freedom, that's a good feeling. So it's a mixed bag, I suppose. But thanks for checking in, Lucy. I appreciate it. Next, we're going to go down and talk to KI5DAY Alan. How you doing, Alan? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KI5DAY in the net. We have a box of Toblerone chocolate for the net. Yeah, that would be great. I'm getting tired. I was wide awake when we first started this net. Now I'm starting to drift off. Maybe I need to go crank up the headphones and listen to Sandman by Metallica. It's kind of funny when you think about the song Sandman by Metallica, because that doesn't make me sleepy. Just the opposite. But anyways, been a long week. I'm pretty tired. I had to do some music this morning in my church class, and then went to church, and then went home and practiced some choir music. Went and sang 2 songs with my chorale tonight at the group church we had tonight at the main church, and we sang 2 songs to an uproarious applause even. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We have a good time when we do it, and we try really hard to be as professional as we can, and it's fun. Anyways, we're singing again next Sunday morning in the main service, so that's going to be interesting. What else has happened? I've been getting an entourage of videos coming my way for people wanting me either check them out, program them, or I wound up buying one of them. It's a long story, but anyways, I won't go into that. So all is good. I guess for my regular trivia, I'll go with the answer that was the... Oh my goodness, I'm going to go ICOM. I think that was B. I'm not sure. I'm trying to find main trivia there. Yeah, we'll go with the old ICOM radios. That'll be my answer for that, and I'll abstain from mine, and I'll give it back to you. KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, well, thank you, Alan. I don't know what the ICOM was, but I'm pretty sure Eric will know, and he's got it. He'll post it there. If he thought it was B, it's probably B or Bravo, but ICOM. All right, thanks for checking in there, sir. I appreciate it, and thank you for the ultimate trivia. My answer is going to be Alpha and Charlie. I don't know if that's right or not, but we'll find out. And, yeah, I had a pretty good weekend. Did a bunch of volunteer stuff in my son's school. They had a huge, their big annual fundraising event with a lot of what I like to call FU money floating around. But I'm not much of a mingler, so I kind of volunteered to help out wherever they needed the help with the event. Did that this weekend, cut the grass. Fired up the smoker for the first time since Winter Field Day. So I got back from Winter Field Day, and I parked it in the yard, and it's been covered in snow and rain and all that kind of stuff. So I fired that up today. I think I might have found a good wood source for my smoker. So that'll be really awesome, because I'm kind of running low. So we'll see how that works out here in the near future. Possibly a pretty much straight oak split sort of source. So that'd be awesome. Just get white oak and 3-inch diameter wood splits will be fantastic. So if I can get that sorted out, that'd be really awesome. Yeah, snow while I was mowing today. That's always fun. That's really about it. It was a busy weekend, tiring weekend, but a good one nonetheless. That's it for me. All right. We have one person on our log from the blue screen, and I already see his answers in NetLogger, but we're going to talk to him nonetheless. K4OG, Mark, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO, K4OG. Good evening, Nick at Night, and everybody on the net. Oh, I'm tired. I just drove 7.5 hours, went into work, and I was playing under my new desk at work, setting up new monitors and printers, laptops, and all the paraphernalia that goes along with it. I even got some rear view mirrors. See who's behind me. And I was driving back from work to the apartment up here in Ohio. I'm really glad to be back in Ohio. And heard you guys, so I checked in. And wonderful trivia questions. I see my answers are there. I think Charlie, I think the, majority of hams are older, and he started out with Kenwoods. It's a silly reason, but it's a guess. And Alpha, I like Alpha. It just made me think of Hale Bop, and seemed like there was a lot to do about Hale Bop. So there you go. It's good to be back in the Big O, Ohio, and listening to all of you guys and participating. K4OG, back to net.
Well, thank you, Mark. Got your answer down there for Charlie and Alpha. I guess it's better to be climbing around under your desk than somebody else's, so there is that. And since it sounds like we might be losing Eric, maybe you should make the official move up here. That way it'd be kind of a wash. But it'd be good to have you. Ohio's great. I like Ohio. There's things you don't really love about it, but for the most part, when I talk to other people in the parts of the country, I'm like, we got it pretty good up here. So, anyway, thanks for checking in there, Mark. I appreciate it. This is KE8QKO on the W8WQR repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we are ready for more check-ins. If you would like to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
W8WKY.
All right, nothing heard there. I guess we'll get our trivia answers. Let's talk to Eric, KE8VZA, see what he's got for the trivia answers tonight. Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO in the net, KE8VCA here with main trivia. Okay, let me get over to that screen. Of the following amateur radio brands, which brand is the one most hams have ever owned? Choices are Alpha, Baofeng, Bravo, ICOM, Charlie, Kenwood, or Delta, Yaesu. The answer is Delta, Yaesu. Let me take a break for time and I'll read you a little more detail. KE8VZA returning. The top 4 radio brands that hams surveyed have ever owned and are actually these 4 that were the choices. And in order from most popular to least of the top 4, the order is as follows. Number 1 is Yaesu, of course. We knew that. We just heard it. Number 2, ICOM. Number 3, Kenwood. Number 4, Baofeng, actually. Number 4th slot. And runners up in 5th and 6th, and mind you, there's a big gap between 4th and 5th, but the next 2 most popular in 5th and 6th place are the infamous Heathkit and also Alinko, one of the other Japanese brands. They're still out there. They still make some radios. Maybe not as many as they used to, but they're still out there. But Heathkit has gone the way of the dinosaurs. But there you have it. 1, 4, 5, and 6 most popular ham radio brands. KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right. Well, thank you, Eric. Yeah, I was torn on that one because Yaesu would have been an obvious answer. But like I said, I've got one Yaesu, I've got one ICOM, and I've got like 5 or 6 Baofengs. So if I do the math in my head, and if I use myself as an example, I'm going to go with Baofeng because they're so freaking many of them. I mean, it's like Chinese people. There are just a lot of them. They make a lot of radios. They sell a lot of radios. So even if earlier hams didn't have Baofengs, there's so many now that they might have oversaturated. But I guess not. So it's good to hear. And thanks for the trivia. Appreciate it. Let's go down and talk to KI5DAY Alan, see what the answer is for the alternate trivia. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY, yeah. Tonight's alternate trivia. Man, I was sitting here relaxing, thinking I was looking forward to the internet. Now my sister texts me. She's probably going to want to talk on the phone. I'm like, oh, that's not good. I'll have to shake her real quick off because she'll be like forever and a day. A little late for me to be getting a phone call. She's probably mad at somebody, but anyways, it happens. Tonight's alternate trivia. Wow, let me look at this real quick here. It was, in the last century, there were men who took advantage of scientific data about different natural events affecting humans. One of the best cons pulled off was people actually purchasing what kind of pills to keep them safe from one of these things. Was it A, comet pills, B, volcanic ash pills, C, geomagnetic solar storm pills, or D, nuclear Cornwaldo-tonium pills? If it was actually comet pills, A, Halley's Comet had been a frequent fixture of the night sky for thousands of years, and it wasn't until the early parts of the last century scientists were able to observe it closely. Unfortunately, that also led to wild speculation on some astronomers' parts, particularly after cyanogen, a toxic gas, was discovered in the tail. Panic over the comet led to con men selling things like anti-comet pills and umbrellas to protect people from deadly gas. So there you go. KI5DAY, back to Nick.
All right, well, thank you there, Alan. That's what I get for not changing my answers to match the bad Googler, who we all know has a name that rhymes with Clark, and obviously has to Google because they get an uncanny amount of them right. So there you go. We can all figure that out, I think. So thanks for Googling that person. You're often asked not to do that. Anyway, thanks for doing the trivia there, Alan. I appreciate it. This is KE8QKO on the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 3 positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We're ready for another round of check-ins. One final round of check-ins, mind you. If you would like to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
November 8, Echo X-Ray, Jeff, Seward, Alaska.
All right, I've got N8EX. How you doing, sir? How you doing, Jeff? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Not a whole lot going on. We had a rainy day over here in Seward, and it's in the 40s, so we're getting nice and toasty. And I pulled my back, so it was kind of taking it easy this weekend, and so I'm going to be ready for work tomorrow. And which kind of took me off some projects. One was getting the 160-meter loop restrung. Yeah, but other than that, not too much to complain about. We're not getting much of that flooding or other stuff that the Midwest is getting, and we're just waiting for spring breakup to occur. So that's all I got to report here, and back to you, N8EX.
All right, well, thank you, sir. I'm glad you're getting on the mend there with your back, and hopefully you'll get back to that loop antenna here pretty soon once you feel better. And anyway, thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. Good to hear you. All right, that's the end of the net, I think. So I'm going to wrap this thing up. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association and myself, KE8BZA, KI5DAY, KD8SLG, W8HRF, KE8YUK, KD8EPC, and Larry the Rubber Chicken Bugawk, I would like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Don't forget to check out our friends on the Boredom Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and EchoLink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the BeaconNet. This is KE8QKO. Return the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time, 73 all.